everybody. Look who's here. Darwin.
Hello.
From Darwin's Beer Reviews.
Yeah, there you go.
So we are judging from home some homebrews. Not mine, just from a homebrew competition. We're doing historical beers. So our next one is a Leichtenhainer, which is a smoked sour German style. That's German, right?
Yeah, German. Originally.
History, Lichtenhain, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you want to pour that, we can get started. Oh, I didn't know the bottle was right there. You can go a little higher.
Ready.
Thanks. All right. So when we're judging a homebrew competition, we don't talk, which is the complete opposite of what I do on my show. But so we will judge, on our own, and then when we're done, we'll compare notes. And we've got the new online BJCP score sheets with the sliders instead of having to write notes out. Yeah. You know what they don't have under malt? They should have wheaty. There's nothing for wheat. I guess if you get wheat, you put cracker?
Yes, I don't think you're supposed to specifically be able to pick out if a beer has wheat in it. At least on the aroma.
I mean, like something would be obvious, like a Hefeweizen,
But again, is that you smelling wheat?
Yeah.
Or can you break that into
Are
the
you
actual description?
bread? Yeah, bread.
Which is, I think the goal is not to be greedy based, because then you could just say, well, I smell rye, or I smell, malt, or, like, you're supposed to break it down to the sense of, well, are you smelling, again, I always think of like the supermarket aisle, like crackers, biscuits, wafers, all this kind of like complexity of like cereal grains and all these other descriptors that are, I think, supposed to be more useful.
By the way, we both have little things of coffee grounds here to reset our nose if we need it. Yeah, there's nothing for sourness either.
I put lactic acid.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, sourness is kind of an umbrella term, and if you want to be specific. What did I miss? Oh. We got one person watching. hear the guy across the street coughing and spitting. It's so gross.
Tell me where you know.
I'm done.
I got the 41.
I got 42.
Sounds good.
Yeah, my only complaint is that I think there should be like maybe a little bit more smoke.
Yeah.
And a little more CO2. Because this says high carbonation.
That was my only complaint. I think the smoke's relatively important, like okay, or good. Like I like the balance of it. Because I think we're supposed to be looking for the smoke as a tertiary flavor behind the acidity. And I find that. If anything, I think this beer could be maybe a touch acidic for some people. Like it could tone down one dial, like one dial less, and that maybe will help the smoke out. Other than that, I think it's a very good beer. And then it's and the big one for me is how hard it is to balance that acidity and smoke.
I got a lot of apple and lemon.
Apple and lemon, yeah. Spot on for that.
Chris, what did you think? You got to be the tiebreaker or whatever.
Do you like sour, smoky things?
Do you like sour beers?
Sour, yeah. Smoky, not so much, no.
So you don't like the smoke?
No.
Okay.
I thought, like, I could barely, I got like in the first couple sips and it just kind of fades in the background.
Yes, so I like smoke beers, so it's like.
Yeah, I do too.
I love it, so,
But I agree, it's a little acidic.
It's very.
It's the style, like a little too acidic, but I.
Really? I thought it was kind of low in the acidity. To me, it's like.
Yeah, but it's asking for not much acidity, right? It's like moderate sourness. And I would argue this is like medium plus, possibly, like medium by medium plus.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
There's
I think
definitely
like most of your Berliners and Goses aren't really, arguably like a little less acidic than this. So I think this one's a little too sour, but I like that. So it's like, well.
All right, I'll give this one a 41 for the for the consensus.
Yeah, cool.
I went 42, you went 41. So
that's good though. I like when scores match because that means like we're on to something.
All right, well, you know what? This will be interesting because the next one is the same style, and we'll see. Because like it's hard when you don't have like a frame of reference. Chris, can you grab a 1289?
Well, they could also.
Oh, that's the one in the can, right?
Yep.
Okay. You can dump and rinse this.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, it's a good thing we're doing this instead of smoke. Because you like smoke.
I thought it might be a little weird to go like, sour smoke at the beginning, but it's a light style, so it's not. It's like you wouldn't be like. You would do something like really cloying up first, like Imperial Stout or Quad or something.
Well, that one's quick, right?
Oh.
Why is it doing that?
You pour it harder.
Huh?
You're not tilting it far
Or
enough.
you if you pick up a cup, you might be able to catch it.
Yeah.
Cans pour it, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There you go. Yes. They probably filled it up real good.
Yeah.
Most like commercially, they don't fill cans to the brim, but.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay.
What?
That's what we're in for now.
Well, no spoilers.
I'm not saying anything, but whoa, okay, what are we doing here today? Hey.
Yeah, so this is the same style. Better reset my nose. we got 2 people watching. I'm done.
Almost. I'm stuck in the last one.
You know, it's funny, if I had brought like something with actual keyboard last week, I would have actually been writing notes, but I was using a tablet, so I was just checking the descriptors. And actually what I was doing was, I was doing like voice to text when I was trying to do notes, so I would just like hit the microphone and then talk and have it transcribe what I was saying. But of course, the tablet couldn't always make heads or tails of what I was saying, you know? But yeah, it's nice to be able to sit at a keyboard and actually write out what I want to say. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I got to 16.
16?
Too hard? Too hard?
Yeah, I give it a 28.
28. Wow.
I mean, I can definitely come down a little. I don't think it's quite that bad.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
It's funny when I first smelled it. I'm like, this kind of smells like cat food.
I thought wet dog.
Yeah, that's what
Wet
I got.
dog.
That wet dog. Yeah, yeah. Dude, it's not fun. Like,
There's something
yeah.
off there. It's probably, I mean, trying to do sour.
I got goaty, horse blanket. I was just trying to help look for it. And then on the palate, it sort of makes a little bit more sense. But I feel there's all flavor on top of the smoke, so it's hard to figure out what the hell's going on. I don't know.
I think it's oxidized.
Yeah.
I get like that honey lemon cough drop kind of flavor.
Yeah.
Chris, do you get that?
But then it just smells like it. Like, what is that smell? Like,
Actually, now that it's warming up, it's getting a little more sour.
the acidity's not quite there.
It's lacking that lemon. It has that apple character, but it's almost like the the bad apple,
Yeah,
like
I
acid
mentioned that
aldehyde.
it could be an issue with fermentation.
Yeah,
The smoke is just so off. Like the other beer smelled so like the smoke on that beer was so good
uh-huh.
and enjoyable. And here it's like, to me, it's like almost salty and like almost like leaning towards like burnt tire.
Yeah, you can put that for aroma, like solventy. I mean, to me, it's not really solventy, it's, I give it a 7 on aroma, I give it a 2 on appearance.
I get a 1 appearance. It's like no head.
Yeah, it does say, let me see, tall off-white head, rocky and yeah.
Yeah, there's no head.
The color's right, it says
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
clarity, maybe some, I would say it says somewhat hazy.
It's a little too hazy, maybe. It's arguable. Whatever.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna drop it down to a 1 on appearance. Flavor, I went 12.
I went 8. I don't like the flavor. Well, it
So-
smells worse than it tastes. How about that?
Sub 10 is pretty bad.
So something pretty. Okay,
Yeah.
let's save them a little bit of love.
I'll give them an 11.
I'll give them 11. How about that?
Yeah.
So I got up to 23.
And mouthfeel, I got 2 because it's
2.
way
I got
too
2.
light, it's way too low. It's supposed to be. It says high carbonation.
Yeah,
this
this is like low.
Yeah.
Medium minus carbonation.
yeah, medium light body. Okay, fine on the body.
Well, the aroma is I give it a 3 out of 12. That aroma is raw.
Oh, it's not that bad. That's
Oh no.
I think like
Man, I smell that. Well,
I think it's like 6.
yeah. She's right. It smells so good. Like.
See, Chris, this is why you should judge. We we could.
Yeah, it smells like That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought.
Wet
Yeah, like
dog.
dirty dog. Yeah.
Yes.
Gross.
Did you see the
And
flaws?
it's smoky too. It's like what?
Well, I mean, it should be.
But it's not even that smoke. It's not even that smoky. It smells dirty. Like.
Did you see the flaws tab? You can click acid aldehyde. I'd probably put low.
Okay, yeah. Put the
Or,
rest on the high.
There's one for. I thought there was one for solvent fusel. I'll probably put
I'll put low on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little oxidized.
Musty. That's the one I don't like.
Musty.
It's very musty. I'm gonna put high on that.
Yeah.
Same score sheet. That makes sense to you? Like it's musty. Like it's a little feral.
Wait, let me change my. Alright, so I'm down to 25.
Cool. I'm right.
You got 23?
I'm at 23.
Alright, I'm gonna give it a 23 on consensus. I'll give.
You don't have to do whatever you want.
Alright, I'll give this.
I see. It seems that dislike it more than you, so let's go with that.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it a 24.
Alright.
Alright, but yeah, and so then once you finally have the frame of reference, then you realize that first beer was, what did we give it, like 42?
41. Yeah,
Yeah.
41, 42. Yeah, that beer was great. This thing stinks. Yeah.
I'm glad, so 1052, it's nice that, he gave us 2 bottles of every beer, meant for like
you can
doing
do that one, dump this one.
to do a best in show or whatever,
Yeah.
but also if we don't use it, we can still have it.
Yeah, that one's actually good.
I mean, I could drink this, but,
No.
I mean, it definitely tastes like somebody's homebrew,
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. I think we're on all the pre-prohibition lagers now.
It doesn't have the usual signs of homebrew off flavor, but it has like I don't know what the hell that off flavor is. I'm like. So I guess you're right. I guess like whenever something I don't know, I'm like, oh, I guess that's off off flavor homebrew kind of thing.
Which number?
Piwo
1064.
Yeah, get in the groove of it. We just did the last 2 in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. It was like 8 minutes on that one. Although actually with bad beers, it's easy to just knock it out,
You know
the
what?
hardest beers to judge are the ones that are only okay.
Yes.
Like something that's
Yeah,
awesome
right.
or something that's awful. It hits you immediately.
Well, the awful ones are also hard sometimes because you don't know what to say. Because that one I took a little bit more time because like usually it's easier when you know what is wrong with it. But I'm like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy. And until she said wet dog, I'm like, what are we smelling?
To me, it smelled like cat food.
Yeah. So and
But here's a closer.
cat food, wet dog, what like.
Darwin's got a cat too.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's really full up too.
I mean, pour it over the sink.
Hey, whoa, what's up, guy?
Leo.
You know what? I
It's
stopped.
not the Leo show.
He just knocked over a cup of water yesterday, and my rules. I'm done. I'm done with that. Because he'll do exactly what you're doing, and I'll have like a big cup of water. I'll have a bottle.
It's a black can.
Yep.
It's a high film.
He's knocked over so many cups of water that I've had to clean up. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. Like, I'm tired of that guy. So his butt's not allowed. I'm like, That's getting old.
Which one?
He used to be in my videos. You saw that? He stopped doing that.
Pivo.
Thank you.
Thanks, Helen. Alright. I know Pivo is like the Czech word for beer, or
Yeah.
there's Pivo and Pivo. I guess, you know, in Polish they spell it with a W, in Czech they spell it with a V.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. You gotta offer him food.
Yeah.
You want scratches? Chris will give you scratches.
Jesus Christ.
Oak smoked. Okay. I thought that said oak soaked. Oops, what did I freaking- Hey Chris, do you know where my phone is?
What?
My phone? Where did I put it?
There's history on it?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Blonde moment.
You know something up? Look at your computer.
I wanted to use the flashlight.
Oh.
I got the light on my desk here. It's always hard to judge head size when you pour it into a plastic cup.
Yeah, I always feel bad.
Because like really that should be judged on a full pour into a glass, you know.
Yeah, I feel bad about that, but so the things we can complain about.
I'm done.
How do you like 36?
I went 39.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your criticism?
Obviously carb. You may be right.
It does say light in body, I agree, with a crisp and dry finish. Carbonation is quite high.
Yeah.
And can add a slight carbonic. I mean, it's not quite champagne effervescence, but it's always, and it's also hard to gauge effervescence on plastic cups too, you know?
Well, for purings on head retention and all that, you can take points away from, but if anything, we should have the best carbonation in the cup because we didn't blow it out,
Yeah.
into a glass. So this is clearly lacking in the carbon. Like,
Did you go 2 out of 3 on appearance? Or
1 out of 3.
Really?
It's murky. It's supposed to be crystal clear. Like this is like.
I wouldn't call it murky.
Sure, fine.
You might have, that might be just be condensation on the cup. I think it's actually,
Oh yeah, you might be right.
I'd
Maybe
call
I'm
it-
not looking in the light.
I wouldn't call it brilliant, but it's definitely clear.
Okay,
And then
fine.
my head's still hanging in there.
Okay, definitely not clear. Or not.
It says pale yellow to gold with excellent, well, it does say excellent clarity. Like, why don't they just say brilliant? All right. Tall, billowy, you know. Murkiness is a fault, you know.
All right, you know what? Then how about this? I'll go with definitely.
I give it a 3 in appearance.
Well, it doesn't have a billowing. I mean, basically, what they're describing is like we wouldn't be able to pour in, like you poured a dual before.
Oh yeah.
Like how that's described is a dual, right? Like you can't pour it into a cup unless you're really careful, and it should blow out of it.
At least it sticks around, though. You know.
Yeah. No, it's not as bad as the last one, but the carbonation is definitely not as high as.
All right,
it's
I'll go down to 2 on appearance.
All right, then since you fixed me on appearance, I'm at 37.
Yeah, I'm down to 38.
It's good.
I thought the smoke was a little subtle.
Yeah, you know what? But then the best part is like I didn't get it on the nose, but they literally say in the first sentence can be subtle, hard to detect.
Yeah.
So that's great because the palate palate, for me, it lingered with a little too much hop flavor. Like it hit the bitterness, but then it goes into
You get like a.
like I get like almost like a lingering pale ale, like American. Like it almost tastes like it's American. Like it's. Just,
I get like herbal hops, like it tastes like a Ricola cough drop.
Sure. I
Like
can see that.
you're not getting like citrus, right?
No, but it's just that familiar American hop character. You know what I'm saying? Like just like European beers just don't come off that hoppy. If it makes any sense. Like it just like right past that smoke and after the bitterness, it just I knew my palate's maybe like acclimated a little bit, but I initially noticed like wow, this is like hop. Like you taste hops, like which almost like the way you taste hops in like a pilsner or something. Which I don't know.
I went 16 on flavor. I guess I drop it down to 15. Are you saying like the hops? If the hops are too high, I click inappropriate. Like
No,
I think like the hop flavor and bitterness are both low for me, but not absent.
well, the bitterness is actually supposed to like really be there. It says moderate to strong bitterness, which I find, but then it says low on perceptible hop flavor, and I find it quite perceptible. Like me,
Low perceptible.
definitely not low. I perceive
I definitely get a grainy wheat, like almost like crackers.
all that.
The smoke. It's funny that in the first sentence here it says, "The smoke can be stronger in the flavor than in the aroma," which
I noticed that immediately.
Yeah, but like after a few sips, it seems to have faded. I do get a little bit of pear on there.
Yep, I got some messages too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with it.
Did you save your score sheet?
Yeah, I saved it. I'm at I went 37.
How did I get 39? I thought I changed this. Well, I'm gonna drop this down to a 7 overall. It's pretty good. I mean, it's like, it's hard to, again, it's like you need a frame of reference. Mouthfeel.
Yeah, that's one beer I would love to try eventually. Live Oak's Hef, and also wait, they make Hef, Roggenbiers, they make like pre-pro pilsners. They make like all kinds of crazy stuff.
All right, now you got a higher
Interesting.
score than me. Now you're 37. I'm 36. I'm gonna give it a 36 overall.
I mean, I think when you're within like 3 points, you're just like nitpicking that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I bumped it up a bit. The color is definitely better than I thought it was. Like,
Alright, next beer is
Might just be
1141.
And we're pre-pro lager. So we're looking at pre-pro lager.
They used to call it Pre-Pro Pilsner in the 2015. They changed it to lager for the 2021.
So it's similar to Czech Pale, premium
Got
pale.
a Sam Adams bottle.
You have a back.
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, brown bottle, silver cap. What do you think of that last one? That's 1141, right?
This one is, yes.
Yeah, okay. It's not the Leo show. I love this. What?
Do you think?
Yeah. Do you like it?
Last one?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, for me it was like very Eastern European. It smelled like pickled cabbage or something.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I can eat this with kielbasa and some pickled cabbage.
It's probably the,
It was different, but it wasn't.
I mean, it has a little bit of smoke in it.
Yeah, just a little.
Leo,
Hey.
I think he smells your cat.
I got it. I just took a shower.
Leo.
He's probably trying to smell the food. What's up, though?
I want some chocolate.
Okay. Yeah,
You just
I
push.
You push him off.
Yeah.
Rude.
Alright, so what is it supposed to taste like? It's supposed to be similar to Czech Premium Pale. More robust, bitter, and flavorful. And a little bit higher.
I never really understood how this is different than like just modern day.
Like American lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like American lager, but
This is
more.
yeah more. Okay. Well, look, that one looks wrong. So let's do that. We'll get there. Oh yeah.
6-row barley, corn, or rice adjuncts up to 30%. Traditional American or continental hops, modern American hops are inappropriate lager. So it's kind of like a Czech Pils, but with adjuncts. Style comparison, similar balance and bitterness as modern Czech premium pale lagers, but exhibiting Native American grains and hops. This actually says low DMS acceptable.
Yep, a lot of the lager styles do. Up and down the GSP. Or TMS or sulfur as well. Or light sulfur level. I don't think that's supposed to be DMS. I think it's supposed to be H2S? Whatever it's called.
We got like, what, 4 of these in a row?
What?
4 or 5 of these.
Is this the correct bottle? 1141, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should be interesting to have that many,
Interesting.
you know, have some frame of reference after a while, you know. Hey, we got 2 thumbs up. I turned the light off, I didn't mean to. You need a light. There you go.
What's oh, sorry.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm done.
I'm almost done. this is interesting. It says moderately rich and creamy mouthfeel. Like when I think
No, that's surprising.
when I think creamy, I think like milk stout, not lager.
I agree.
I mean, it's not
You
gonna
can
be.
have some lagers that are,
It's not super crisp like the way.
yeah.
Um,
I'm also thinking creamy like triple. Triple's not creamy.
for a lager, yeah, it is like it's mostly creamy for a lager. Did you get like citrusy hops? I'm getting like citrus on here.
I get way off based on the Festers on this
Yeah, it's to me it's like citrusy, fruity.
Mhm.
It's lacking that raw graininess. I'm going kind of low on this one.
I think it's completely off stuff.
Yeah. I got 31, even that seems high.
I got 29.
29? Okay.
I told them to submit it and to trap a single Belgian blonde.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, to me it drinks like some kind of ale.
It's so Belgian. I smelled on the nose like, oh, that's very banana-y, which actually like Porter Banquet actually has quite a bit of. But on the palate, I was like, oh, that's what we're in for.
Yeah, it is a little. Yeah, there's a fruity character to it.
It's so fruity. It's again, it's not phenolic enough to be Belgian ale, but that's the only thing I could see it.
Maybe, yeah, like
It's so fruity.
because to me, like I'm getting a fruitiness, but I'm thinking it's like
or
American
half, or
hops.
half, or even half.
Nah, it's not half.
I know, but it just
I will say like there is like a little spicy hop in there, and has like almost like a soapy character to it.
it's not terribly bad.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
just
strike
so-
me as
It's just not. It's,
Pre-Prohibition Lager.
yeah, there's so many styles I would have picked over this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd definitely be in Belgium. How about that? Or definitely not America. It's just like all I get is I keep drinking it, and I think about it more. It's like the banana, pear esters.
Yeah, definitely. I put
the
pear.
pear. Like it's so like Duvel is like super pear to me, and it's just like tons of like just like crisp pear, almost like acidic pear.
It does say
Banana.
it says bright clarity. It's
No,
a
this
little
is hazy
hazy.
now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put like opaque or hazy between hazy and opaque. So yeah, anyway.
I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it a little. I might even go lower than you.
Sure.
Yeah, I think this is a sub 30.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fine, tasty beer. Like you could call this somebody's like, it's my summer brew. You know, like this is it seems fairly like probably about 5% or less ABV.
Yeah.
Like this would be a fine.
The problem is
Orange
you couldn't,
beer.
you couldn't submit it to the American examples because it's way too esophageal.
Yeah.
So like no, you couldn't put it under American Wheat or American Blonde. But if as a brewery, if you release it as that, I think it'd be cool. You
So
know?
for yeast character, did you put like medium or under
Um,
flavor?
Please take sip. Okay, save. Let me see.
I'm down to a 30.
Why won't it let me go back? Will it let me go back? Or I can't
Yeah.
do that?
Just click the tab.
But it says please click save to make save changes you've made and then try again. Oh, okay, save score sheet, okay, I got it. So then now,
I thought, like, I'd probably put, for flaws, I'd put S3.
would you ask me for flavor?
Yeah, I give
These
it a
character I
12.
put an 8 out of 10. Or something, maybe pretty sure 7 out of 10. I'm good 7. No, I'll put 8. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It's very necessary. It's fine beer, it's alright.
Probably fermented it too warm, or use the ale strain of some sort.
I don't think you can get a lager strain to make this flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Could be cross contamination, another yeast or they pitched. Could you imagine? USO 5 can't make flavors like this, right? Like, like think about that. You can't or you know, just like clean American yeast strain, like can't make flavors like this. You have to choose something that's able to create esters like this.
I know, they actually make a point of saying American lager yeast.
Oh, well, obviously this person, I mean, again, I don't know what lager yeast you can do to create fermentation flavor like this. Then again, maybe this is how you, no. From what I understand, you can't hot ferment lager to make these flavors.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What do you think, Chris?
It's kind of fruity.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it's not
So it's supposed to taste like a Budweiser.
It's not supposed to, though.
No,
Pretty much does, yeah.
yeah. It's supposed to taste like Budweiser, and it's like you couldn't get further.
It's a
Like-
tasty beer, it's just not
Yeah.
to spec.
No, yeah. It
Yeah,
tastes
I'm
fine,
gonna-
but it's like, you give someone a Budweiser, like this a Budweiser, you're like, this tastes more like Blue Moon, how about that, or something like that, right?
Yeah, to me, this strike says,
Yeah.
it's almost American Pale Ale.
American Pale Ale is never this fruity. So to me, again, it's more, you'd have to throw this in Belgium, like, not bit beer, but
American,
Trappist single, Trappist, Belgian Pale, not Belgian Pale Ale, but Belgian Blonde Ale, something like that. So one of those, I don't know, that's what I think you could at least to at least grab some points, but. At least like, while you're comparing to BJCP and it says like fruitiness, and you go, okay, fruitiness. But that's crazy. That's a crazy beer. That's a crazy beer.
I'm gonna put tastes good, just style.
It tastes good.
Alright, we're on 10-10.
So we're on number 6 already?
You wanna do the whole case tonight?
I don't need to do anything tomorrow really, so I'm off tomorrow.
It's weird, we drank all this beer, I don't feel like drunk or anything, you know?
I didn't drink much, I guess. I mean, there's a few that I literally took like an ounce of.
Mhm.
So between these 5, I probably had what, half a beer in an hour and a half.
Hmm.
If anything, I should really be drinking a little bit more of these beers just to get something out of it. But
We got water and soda there too.
yeah,
10-10.
yeah. Maybe if they're good, I'll try to at least enjoy a little bit of it. Cause like, you know.
Yeah, if there's one you wanna take home,
Does it-
you know.
Because at least also like if I enjoy it now, then like there's more time while we're judging.
I can tell already, this is pretty clear. Yeah. Brown bottle, gold cap.
I'm still thinking about how good that Pivo Rajewski was, and then also that first
The
Kentucky Honey.
Leichtenhainer, yeah.
Oh, Leichtenhainer, and then the first the Kentucky Honey was good. I like that.
Yeah,
I mess with that.
it was okay. The first Leichtenhainer was, I was
That
like,
was really good.
when I saw my score, like whenever you give anything BJCP 40 or higher, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, that's impressive, you know, because usually it's hard to get 40 or higher.
I
on a
like
homebrew.
scoring high, and if it's something that I would buy off the shelf, then 40 seems like at
Yeah.
least it should be at least a 40. If you're willing to drink it and buy it, then
Yeah.
you know, like that's it. You know. It's a homebrew competition. Come on, and you're making commercial level beer. Like let's
Yeah.
give you points for that. Like because to me it's always at least.
I hold homebrew to a lower standard.
Well, let's have this. Then let's go with this. If it breaks 40, then you're at least commercial. And to me, that's a good
Yeah.
standard beer. If you can at home make beer that is good enough to be commercial, then
When I used to homebrew, most everything that I entered in most competitions was 35 or higher.
there you go.
I think I got a 46 once. I gotta reset. You know what? Gotta run the.
Okay. I was gonna to say that I didn't know they started doing this. This is way more fun than like, well, the social aspects are really fun,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to plan around it, and then who the hell wants? I mean, ideally it's local, but like nobody wants to drive over the games. Will do that. Then have to drive home,
Yeah.
and you plan. And then sometimes they don't put you in like a nice air conditioned place. It's like the brewery that like is just like hot and nasty and smells.
Oh, no, it's hot. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, right? Sometimes they just throw you in the brewery because that's where they have space and their tap room's open, right?
Yeah.
So then now it's just hot and it smells like, I mean, ideally not brewing that weekend, but,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, and then you can do it at your own convenience. So like, you know, maybe you don't want to judge beers at like 1 p.m. It's like better do it like 9 on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. First thing in the morning. It was awesome.
Gotta feed the cats in a little bit. hear that dude spitting from here. Hmm. Okay.
I got the 41.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Oh, sorry.
Was ABV on 4.5 to 6? What? It's not charging?
For some reason, I plugged it in, it says plugged in and not charging, so I was like, oh, what if I unplug it, plug it back in, and then the computer died. Yeah, just, yeah. Good thing I pressed save.
I guess we have a little bit of problem. That's the
Jack is.
Oh, it could be my tech, I don't know. It could be my computer just being stupid.
It's almost time to eat, bud. This is interesting because it says medium to medium full body,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only 4.5 to 6 ABV. You don't tend to get that much body. It's such a light, low alcohol beer, you know. It should be like a lot of like. Because usually, well, rice would lighten up the body.
Yeah, any adjunct should.
But then it also says rich and creamy mouthfeel. To me, it's more towards the crisp. Like that slider for creaminess, it should say, like on one end it should say crisp, and on the other end it should say creamy.
What does it say instead?
It just says creaminess, like none to high.
Interesting.
Because like when we say crisp, a lot of people, they kind of use it like as a buzzword, but they don't really know what it means. And it's like more of a texture than carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like carbonation is more like effervescence, but crisp is like the actual texture. Like if it's like thin and bubbly, or like creamy, like a stout.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, ideally, mean it objectively between all styles. Something can be creamy for 5%, but like, how rich can a beer be at 4.5 to 6, right? Like, how big can it be? And ideally, with this style, it shouldn't really be that. Versus like something like sweet stout, which can be in that creamy range, or middle stout for that ABV.
Like booting up.
What? No, boot it up. It just says plugged in but not charging. I don't know why. But it doesn't matter. It's not that I need it. Like I'm just plugged in. It could just be my cord. It could be my laptop. You can see, but
It's not charging?
it's stuck on this.
It says 1%.
Yeah.
Plugged in, not charging.
It doesn't matter.
With the lights on.
Yeah. Oh, Yeah.
I think it's
It could be my
definitely
battery.
getting power because the.
Oh no, that's why I was on the whole time.
Yeah, but I don't know why it's not. Is there a battery in
I mean, it could be my battery's going bad, but then again, that
there?
changed it.
That's probably what it is. If your battery might be.
Yeah, I ordered off eBay, so maybe I'm just like, it's ridiculous.
How old is that computer? I mean, it's on Windows 7, so.
Oh yeah, it's an older laptop, but I
You
did
want-
change. But I did change the battery. So.
If you want to use my tablet, you can.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Okay.
I was just curious because I was in the middle. You know, I was just looking, but no, obviously we've been doing fine. Like Emily. That is good to know, though. Because I'm going to New York soon, and it'd be good to know if my.
Or, I don't know. Did you get a little like apple or pear on this one?
Noticeable numbness.
Like that is a little more Budweiser-esque than the last beer. Actually, a lot more.
Yeah, I really like the beer. That's good.
Let me see what I got. I got 37, and you're going 41.
Whatever. That's close
Um,
enough, right? No?
Yeah, that's close enough. I don't think it's quite a 40-point beer.
Yeah.
They make a point of saying rich and creamy mouthfeel. I think it's just like a lot. I think it's like from 6 Row. That's like all that residual dextrin or whatever.
Protein, yeah.
Yeah. It's the difference between 6 Row and 2 Row. Remember back in the days when I lived in Albany and I was doing the Albany beer blog, and Craig Gravina discovered the Albany ale recipe from like 1800s or whatever.
Mhm.
Did you ever try that, like the Albany ale? Yeah, 'cause like, you know, like back in the 1800s, like Albany was like one of the brewing capitals of the world.
Yeah.
They had the Albany ale, and it's kind of like an English strong ale.
Yeah, it was like a 10% big guy. I remember.
Yeah, I mean, it came in a few different, varieties of potency.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was like, it had like a lot of, like adjunct sugar in there. But it was 6 Row based. And, I can't remember if there was corn in it or not, but
It was sort of like a precursor to cream ale.
no, it's way stronger than that.
Yeah, way stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's like, you ever had,
What does that mean?
is that Lake Placid Ubu Ale? Oh, it's on a timer.
Oh, sorry. I don't need one.
You kind of, it reminds me of like something that like you'd get like from like a Samuel Smith's or, it's almost, I forget what the ale strain was on it, but, yeah, I'm gonna go 37.
Sure.
Is your computer back up?
It's on. I'm just trying to get back on the website.
Okay. I couldn't really think of like any technical flaws.
No.
I mean, I think there's like maybe a tad bit of, I get a little green apple on there, like maybe a little acetaldehyde.
I think that's a good one. Like fine.
There's definitely some kind
Yeah,
of fruity
you-
character.
You might be right. It might. As I drink it more, it tastes a little bit more like acetaldehyde than
Yeah.
just.
Says
I mean-
may show some yeast characters similar to modern American lager, low DMS. I don't get DMS, but there is, floral, herbal, hop. It's interesting, 'cause like if you, the medium to moderately high hop aroma, and I think it's also on the hop flavor. Medium to high rustic hop
That's a lot back
flavor,
in, right?
medium to high bitterness. So this is interesting. It's like this beer style is meant to be hop forward.
Yeah, it's supposed to be leaning towards Czech Premium Pale or
Yeah.
just more character version. So I gotta put in the pin again, right?
Oh yeah, it's 2406. Want some pretzels? homemade, I got cashews too.
Here's the kitchen, it's getting out of there.
What do you think, Chris?
Bitter.
Bitter?
Bitter.
Do you like it?
Not as much as the last one.
Oh, it was way better than the last one.
Really?
But you know, again, that's if you're asking for style, you know. Which one is more enjoyable? I think that's obviously subjective. The last one more is like a fruity craft beer, and this one is obviously tastes a lot more like a
Yeah, it tastes like an actual
it
adjunct lager.
yeah. If yeah, you could easily pass this to anybody as an you know. Here's a Heineken, whatever, like you know, whatever. Buy it. I don't think anybody would blink an eye and just go right up or whatever.
Okay.
So that's what it's meant to do. So that's good. So it tastes good. There's another pre-pro, right?
Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5 of
We're
them.
on 1180, right?
Let me just feed the cats real quick.
Oh no, I'm not rushing you. I just meant to run that. I'm just making sure that I'm like I saved all my stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So pre-pro.
I have this automatic cat feeder, so I gotta feed these guys once every 24 hours. You want this light back on?
So you fill it every 24 hours and then they eat.
Yeah.
I have a bottomless feeder and the guy just goes in wherever he wants.
Do you give him canned food at all?
Not recently. He used to when he was a kid, but now he's an adult now? Like when did they become adults?
Oh, 1?
He's about 1. We got him in the fall last year, so.
Actually, you know when they're really adults is when they don't play the toys anymore.
No, he don't really play with toys.
Yeah, then he's approaching adulthood.
Yeah, he's pretty much age-wise an adult, so. How old are these guys?
3?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they were born right when COVID hit. Alright, what are we on next? Is yours up and running?
Yeah.
Alright. Wait, I gotta give a consensus here. Let's give it a 39.
Cool.
That's the average.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, we're on 1180
Yep, 11 AC, or whatever.
Pre-Prohibition Lager.
Still on the ancients?
Huh?
Still on the ancients?
Ancients. Historical beer.
Oh.
Alright. It's a little high on the fill, but I think it's alright. Brown bottle, silver cap. When we were at the competition in Gainesville last week, this lady was showing Chris how to pour them. Like they had like those big empty pails. It's meant for like dumping all your excess, but it's
Yeah.
also, you're supposed to open the bottles over the pail in case.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, you don't have to open it over the pail. And sure enough, Chris opened one
I
and
got
starts
sure.
gushing.
Somebody at the next table did too, probably the exact same beer.
Huh?
What is this beer?
Same style. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And then we got a couple actually I think, yeah, so this one and the next one are Pre-Prohibition Lager, and then the 2 after that are Roggenbiers, which is a German rye style that they don't make anymore. By the way, you don't absolutely have to go in order. You could, a lot of times I do appearance first. And by biscuit, do you think they mean like the biscuit you get at Kentucky Fried Chicken, or like the British word for cookie? Because to me, it's always been KFC biscuit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, for me, I always thought biscuit as in like supermarket out biscuit.
Like
Like
those-
a butter biscuit.
like that, like you like come in those like containers they pop open, the
Sure.
Pillsbury biscuits or whatever.
No, not like dry shelf.
Oh, okay, yeah, like
Like
not the King's Hawaiian, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Something you would get at Thanksgiving.
no, because that's similar.
Like a dinner roll.
No, no, like in the aisle of like Triscuits and stuff.
Mhm.
That makes,
Cracker?
yeah, but butter biscuit, not cracker. 'Cause cracker, I think dry. So like cracker, I think of like
Yeah, cracker. I think of like wheat thins or
wheat thins or like those circle ones that you
Triscuits.
eat with charcuterie. Like
Yeah,
just like the most pale dough flavor.
yeah.
Biscuit, I go towards like buttery biscuit. Like, what am I thinking of?
Like those Danish cookies. 'Cause I know in England they call cookies biscuits. I'm just wondering like if that's something that's always been. Because sometimes you do get like a cookie kind of character or like shortbread, you know.
Yes, that's maybe what I'm thinking of. Oh, Oreos? Biscuit. What am I thinking
And when I
of?
think grainy, I think like just straight up like you go to the homebrew store
That's
and
correct.
just smell like the
So
raw,
you know what?
especially Pilsner malt, you know.
Am I just thinking about like Ritz crackers?
Okay, yeah, Ritz.
How does biscuit I associate with butter, but like not as far as you go with like
Yeah, but not diacetyl.
like a KFC biscuit.
Hmm.
And then when I think cracker, I go the other way, like you, yeah, what you're saying, like wheat thins. So only grain flavor, but no butter. I don't know, man. It's a great question. They really should have the definition. They really should just have brands in the BJCPs, so like, figure out what you're trying to say.
You can hear your laptop whirring.
Oh, this is my laptop's loud, I guess. I don't know. This is something. But that's something to work on and figure out if my battery needs to get changed.
Does it say it's charging? It said 1%.
No, it still says plugged in, not charging.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to like troubleshoot. I mean, if I just need to buy a new battery, I don't care. They're cheap. Like, I mean, I bought it off eBay, so maybe it just went bad at one point because I don't really use this
The
laptop.
battery or the laptop?
Ideally, the battery.
No, I mean,
It could be the laptop, which would really.
You haven't
suck.
changed the battery since you bought it?
I have,
Oh.
and it shouldn't be bad by now. Like I changed it within the last couple of years or two. Like I don't usually use that much. So.
Something's playing music. If anybody's been leaving comments, I haven't seen them, so. Like, I think there's too many permutations for head size. It should just be small, medium, large. Like, it's also so hard to judge off a plastic cup, you know.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of it depends on how the person pours it too. If you pour a Duvel real carefully, you won't get that huge fluffy head. Hey, 3 people watching.
Done.
Almost done. Okay. I got 32.
I got 38.
Hmm. I hit it for mouthfeel. Like it seems to be lacking that creaminess of like a Pilsner Urquell, I guess. That's what they're. Um, I could hardly smell anything. I'm like pretty low on aroma, but the taste. When I first tasted it, I was like, "Oh wow, that's great!" Like, it has like that raw grainy flavor, you know, just like a mouthful of grain.
That's exactly what I got.
Yeah. A little low on the hops though. Like this is supposed to be a hop forward beer, and this is, to me, the hops are quite subtle on here. Or maybe not. And it's also, I hit it for appearance too, because it's supposed to be bright clarity, and this is like a little hazy. Head's a little small.
Sure.
Um,
I'm down at 37.
it's a pretty tasty, really easily drinkable beer. It's nice. Just
I could see where you. Well, my issue is that you might be right that it's so far off. Like the last one was so
yeah.
of what ideally you're looking for. This to me tastes more like craft lager. Like if a brewery produced like we're not trying to do an American lager, but it's like this is our house lager. or something
Yeah.
Like that. Like it tastes. You know what it tastes more like? It tastes like almost like craft like Helles or something like that. Like where exactly that malt flavor you're talking about. I think what separates it is that
I do get a nice adjunct on there though. I do get that nice kind of corny flavor.
for me, I get a lot of what you're talking about, that like doughiness, which I suspect they're using just straight Bayerman or something. For me, I always get this like grape, like white grape or something grapey.
I think there is.
Like grain or uncooked dough or something.
I've got a lot of apple on a lot of these beers.
The last one was way after. This
Yeah.
one I don't get as much.
Yeah.
I also got like a very floral hop character off this guy.
Yeah, I put everything.
Yeah. Oh, for me it was like floral lavender. But yes, this one for me is.
I can come up.
I guess it's more. I can go down because it's less correct to style. This one
Yeah.
to me tastes more like craft lager / Helles / something versus the last one. Clearly, like you can trick somebody into thinking that it was like American lager, which is sort of what your goal is here. Like
They gotta-
you're sort of like nitpicking. Here
We're
it doesn't
not-
taste like American lager
Yeah.
at all. Like this is like you gave it as like this is clearly not a big macro brand.
I mean, it's like. I think it probably would have scored better if they had entered it as an American lager, like a 1A or 1B or whatever.
I still think it's too characterful.
Because it has those low hops.
Yeah, I would maybe cream ale would be good.
Yeah.
Or again, I'm thinking Helles or
The corn is, like, that's a all malt beer,
okay. Yeah.
I'm not getting like wicked diacetyl or acetaldehyde or anything like that. Like, so it's actually pretty good fermentation control.
Yes.
DMS, nothing like that. Doesn't seem to be oxidized. I think like there is like a slight honey character to it.
Yeah, I also got honey too. Yes.
Yeah, I think that might be a little oxidation.
I mean, malt has honey notes too sometimes. Like depending if you use.
To me, I always perceive it as like oxidation is those lemon lollipops you had at the bank as a kid.
Because of the wax or just because of the.
It's just that to me, that's what I've always perceived oxidation as. I mean, some people get it as like cardboard.
Well, it depends. Do you mean commercial? Do you mean commercially or in the off-liquor kits?
Oh no, like a beer that you buy that's been sitting on the shelf for a year.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and like you can just tell it's oxidized as hell. Like, Chris, remember when we first tried to do the blonde ales in we were doing blonde ale for the Tuesday night beer school, and we had Kona Golden Wave or whatever it's called, and it was super old, and it was just lemon lollipop, like honey lemon cough drop, like Ricola, I can get I'm gonna get a little honey here, but I don't know. Like you said, it could be from the malt or it could be oxidation.
I'm down.
I would call it grainy though.
I'm down to 35.
Okay.
There.
All right, so I'm
I
gonna
think
give.
the last one was more appropriate stuff.
I will give him a 34 on the consensus. I mean, it's solid.
Yeah.
It's very drinkable.
It's good beer, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't think it tastes like what it should. But
Yeah, I agree.
not as bad as that freaking, the Belgian ale.
Yeah.
That was far off, unfortunately.
Well, this one is thicker and it's very nuts. Some pretzels. I am starting to get a little fatigue, more like mental fatigue.
What do you mean?
Like when you start judging this many beers, after a while, it's kind of like you kind of get like in a grind or whatever, and you kind of just like want to get through it, you know. So you might not be 100% fair to the beer.
I can see that. I mean, your palate slowly gets deteriorated,
Yeah.
so it's part of that. Like your palate on your first
To me,
drink
yeah, to me
or
it's more
not strong as your
mental.
last.
I get palate fatigue if I'm drinking like huge stuff, like double IPAs, quads, barley wine, imperial stout. You know, I can drink the German Helles all day, you know. But it's also like when we were at Gainesville, so like we got there, what time did we get there, like noon or 1 o'clock on Friday?
Yeah.
So like we judged Friday afternoon for about 4 or 5 hours, and then we came back the next morning, and we finished everything by about 1 or 2, and then after that it was all just mini best of shows. And by the time we hit that point, like I was just like, I just wanted to go home. I did like one mini best of show flight, and they had enough judges there. I was like, yeah, I want to go. All right, so we are on 10:30. I really think the absolute best way to judge beer, and it's not feasible for homebrew competitions, is to drink an entire 12 ounce in a glass, you know? Like what we do on our YouTube channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is this a Roggenbier or?
Pre-Prohibition.
Oh, this is a porter, okay.
What?
So I was looking at it,
Dark.
you see how dark it is?
Yep.
I thought this was another Pre-Prohibition Lager. I was like, somebody screwed up.
Yingling Porter. I don't know what.
That is a low fill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a silver cap?
Yep.
I guess you could probably even call it a gray cap.
Less caramel,
Yeah,
smoother.
no shine.
More bitters of those than.
Yeah, so Pre-Prohibition Porter is basically a porter with adjuncts.
No.
Yeah.
Where's my beer?
Characters, ingredients, adjuncts are acceptable, including corn, brewer's licorice, molasses, and porterine?
What?
You know what that is?
Where are you at?
Under characteristic ingredients for
Oh, okay. What? Let's look that up. Porter. Oh, it's a coloring syrup.
oh, okay.
That's not. It's like Cinnamar. You know Cinnamar?
What is it?
Cinnamar? Oh, Vireman makes a product called Cinnamar. That's what they use in what am I thinking? Kostritza, German black lager.
Yeah.
Um,
It's smoother and less hoppy than a modern American porter, less caramel and smoother than English porter, with more of an adjunct or lager character, more bitterness and roast than international dark lager.
So it should be relatable to Schwarzbier.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cinnamon is a like a color extract that is made from grain. So it follows Reinheitsgebot because it's made out of grain, but it's just a coloring agent. So you can like sort of like cheat.
Yeah, I haven't seen that Yingling Porter in a while. I don't know if they still make it.
I feel like you do, right?
Man, like,
I see the Hershey chocolate porter here.
What the- Yingling has a satellite brewery in Tampa. I've never actually been up there.
Can't really see clear down this thing, can
There's a flashlight in that red thing if you need one. feelings on this one. Hey Chris, can you
Yeah.
look on YouTube, like if you can watch this video on your phone, if there's any comments in the.
Yeah.
Be a live chat. Actually, I can see it on here.
Jake said, love this crossover.
That was at 9 o'clock. That was a while ago. Meanly. What did I miss? Oh, all right. I like this one.
Yeah, I liked it.
What'd you think? I got 40.
I like 35.
I thought, okay, I could probably come down a little. Because I thought it's probably a little too sweet for the style.
A little too sweet, a little too rich.
I thought the mouthfeel was actually a little, well, it says medium light to medium body, but moderate carbonation is striking me as being a little less than moderate carbonation.
I smelled it and I already knew that it was off in its richness. Seemed like the first beer we had.
I got a licorice.
So it says low levels of
Mhm.
like all the stuff, like chocolate caramel biscuit, burnt sugar licorice. It's easily at least medium for me, right? Like, yeah, like you're gonna meet, like I picked that up as you should, again, it should come off as like grainy malt with light notes of, you know, right? Like it's only supposed to be so much more roasty than international dark lager, and that's like, you know, right? Like it,
Yeah.
so for me, it's almost like
I get it.
it's honestly what it's supposed to lean towards lighter than English porter, and I guess maybe a little bit above dark lager and Schwarzbier, and this is like I would submit this for English porter. That makes sense?
I don't get roast at all. I don't get roast or coffee. To me, it's caramel.
Yeah, you're right.
And caramel and
and
licorice.
and milk chocolate. I get so much like the sweetness is right.
Actually, now that I'm at the bottom of the cup,
Yeah.
I can see that it's
Um,
about brownish.
I get a lot of like Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate.
Or raisin.
Raisin, milk covered raisins, like very sweet chocolate, not dark chocolate, not quite coffee, maybe a little bit of that, but,
I get brown sugar too.
brown sugar, yeah.
There's probably,
So it just has like, we're talking about all
which
the,
it said, yeah, it says flavor,
yeah, we're talking
low levels of chocolate, burnt malt, burnt
Yeah.
sugar.
I'm at least medium minus medium on all those, and this is, so.
Molasses, okay, yeah.
Yeah, molasses, yeah, hey, it hits those, but it's just too rich, it's too much.
Really?
of all.
Yeah, I think it's a
I think
little,
it's tasty as hell, but it should
Yeah.
be under English porter, or,
what'd you get for flavor? I'm going 14.
I went down to 15.
Oh, wow, I thought,
No, again, these are all, like, I like the beer, it's just, I'm trying to judge it to style.
I was on point as far as aroma, I give it a 10.
Yes, the aroma for me, I picked it up and I immediately dinged it for too much richness. Because it immediately says low on those, and I could easily tell this is a dark, right? Like, you should, I think the
Low
goal is sometimes
levels,
with these
yeah.
styles is that, especially like dark lager, short beer, like, you're supposed to be able to pick it up and smell it and not quite tell if it's a dark beer or not. That make sense? Because ideally the color contribution should be very low.
Yeah.
Like,
So
the
it should be a
color should be
little-
there, but the flavor contribution should be very low.
I'm surprised you went so high in flavor though.
I got the 35 now. I think that's a fair score. It's like, it clearly misses, but it's very good beer.
So you're at 35?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 37,
Alright.
which I think is fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll give him a 36 overall. Yeah, it's a good beer.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna come down, so I give it an 8 out of 10. I think I'll go 7 out of 10, but, so that'll bring me down to a 36.
I think it does exactly what the first beer sort of did.
Yeah.
It was good, but then just like a little too heavy-handed on.
I'll give him a
darker-
35.
Darker grains.
Yeah, it's real, yeah, like you said, it's really tasty, it's just a
I
little too
drink,
sweet.
yeah, I drink it, like, but the
It's an interesting concept, because it's basically a porter with adjuncts. And you know what's funny? It's like they put Yingling Porter as one of the commercial examples. I don't think that Yingling's trying to make some kind of 19th century porter. It's just they're using adjuncts just because they're cheap. You know?
yeah, but that's the same going for, arguably, you just call that beer international dark lager then, right? Like, that's sort of like all those three international styles. It's like they're not trying to be quote unquote international. They're just trying to make a cheaper version of what originally existed, or something.
Yeah, I think
like
the
that.
style is almost like an English porter with adjuncts.
Yeah, to me it tastes like English porter, so I think that's all. So.
It's kind of like a watered down Taddy Porter, or a Taddy Porter
Yes,
with
Taddy
corn.
Taddy Porter is definitely a little bit more stringent and roasty. And it
I
has
love
a-
that beer. I had that when I was home for Christmas
You like it?
at my parents' house. I mean, well, I've had it all the time, but that one's really good.
You know, my crazy thing, when I was, last time I had that beer, I was, actually I've had it like multiple times the last couple of years, both for, all for, studying for advanced, and I hate that beer.
Which
Because,
one?
Taddy Porter, it's just, the Sam Smith beers have this like really, heavy, this trash ester, like it literally smells like rotten trash, and like,
Really, I don't get it at all.
well, I think that's a
I
problem.
think it's a well water probably.
I think
It's like sulfate or.
No, I think it's literally just their yeast expresses an ester that's so ripe that it comes off like rotten. And if you look for it, then you just immediately don't enjoy the beer. And
I wonder if it's.
I just sat there. I was like, how do people buy this? But like, because obviously like, people aren't looking for the ester that.
It's so.
People tell me to look for
You
it.
can't even get. It's so hard to get Sam Smith's beers like remotely fresh here.
Did they stop shipping them to Total Wine? Because for a minute, like you could keep getting them.
Yeah, but you can get them, but they're all like a year old.
Oh really? Okay.
I did a video showing how to decipher those bottling codes.
Yeah.
Cause like they go by like, no, you can watch it. All right, only 2 left. Chris, what do you think of this one?
Sweet,
Sweet.
Yeah.
yeah,
You like dark beers?
I do.
It's not bad for a dark beer.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
It was a good dark beer, yeah.
it's like a porter with that a little bit of. It's like if you took a porter and like did a
little sweet side with
5% Coors Light blend with it or something.
Yeah.
A little bit of sweet out in there.
Yeah.
Because it has a little bit.
Well, it's not milky though. Alright, so
Oh, you,
next
get
we,
that, you get that lactose flavor on milky, yeah.
1084.
So what's,
I always get like,
so we're on Roggenbiers.
oh yeah, the Roggenbiers, yeah.
I like people brew the style with like milk glue, but that's not always. Jesus. More distinct variant of Dunkel's whiskey using malted rye. American rye beers will not have booze. Likely more hot. What the fuck? Loads of butter, banana. Oh, very.
This is a rye beer?
Yes.
Is it? I've never had that.
So that's a grain that is mostly not used in beer.
Right,
Yeah.
interesting.
How much rye is supposed to be in here? Up to 60% rye. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, rye's not meant to be really brewed for because it doesn't extract well when you brew.
Right, so it's gonna be a wild card.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it sort of does what oatmeal does. When it's all sticky.
Yeah.
And that's not good when you're trying to make beer because imagine trying to make beer out of oatmeal would be very. It's just like it's clunky. It's actually one of the breweries when actually the first brewery I worked for had that issue. Like they were in the brew house for like my shift was like during the morning and they're like, yeah, we're still here at night. I was like, what happened is like, well, we put a lot of rye in the beer and everything stuck. Like it literally, again, it's like making beer and trying to transfer oatmeal through pipes and
Yeah,
vessels. It's
yeah.
it's not meant. It's sticky.
So
like
homebrew, it seems like it would be ridiculously hard though.
it's not really good for brewing and
Yeah.
there's a reason why we don't see really many rye beers. So yeah, they're stuck there. They're like, oh, can't get transferred. And they're just trying to like, you know, I don't know what they ended up doing, but I guess they learned a lesson that day.
Man, I haven't had a Roggenbier in years.
What?
Is this? This is another porter, right?
The what?
This is another porter.
Wait, we're on
1084.
Oh, it's another Rogan. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Sorry, I thought we moved on.
I can tell just from the bottle already. Like this is.
No. But 1084 says Rogan beer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't click on it on mine. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is a Roggenbier.
So what's appears on this?
This is
Anywhere from copper to dark reddish to brown. So any
Damage.
color. It doesn't matter.
Oh, they use a Pilsner or Cal bottle.
Nice.
It's a tad high fill, but alright.
Aren't Pilsner bottles the stout ones? Am I nuts? Right, the fat stubby ones. They're like not like
Pilsner or Cal?
not red stripe, but like.
No, they're tall. It's probably 11.2 ounces too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you might be right.
You mean like Sierra Nevada or?
Yeah, is it? No. Yeah, you're right. They're not the Sierra Nevada bottles. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I have bought.
Kind of looks like cough syrup.
Yeah, his looks very thick. Yes. I like it. I'm with you. I like this appearance thing first.
Like the appearance on this one compared to the last one, huge difference.
Well, it's obviously lighter, right?
Just off the color, like this is. Reddish brown.
It's not wonderful.
They should switch opaque and murky on the sliders, because like opaque is like the darkest you can get. Like light can't pass through it. Murky.
Cats like talk about it, huh?
Yeah,
Mine are like pretty quiet unless they want to eat or something.
but boy cats tend to talk more.
Yeah, mine's a boy too.
You have one?
Yeah, just one.
You
a
still
dog,
have the
like a-
other?
a big ass dog.
And your wife have rats or something?
Yeah, we had rats. We got rid of them.
Just leave them. Let them loose in the wild.
Yeah, we let them. I mean, they obviously like didn't survive, but like we just they were getting old too. They don't last long.
Oh really?
So eventually they just almost like them now.
Decent clarity.
No, I would call that pretty hazy.
Yeah, but, okay, so you're right. Yeah, I mean, the fact I can see through it.
No
somewhat,
foam.
but yeah, hazy. Okay, that smells good. Alright.
We just passed 2 hours. Somebody put, I used to watch Chad's Day in the Life a long time ago. This dude Jay said, I still got to send you some New Jersey beer. He was talking to you, I guess.
Oh, me?
Yeah, it says Darwin, love this crossover.
New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a bunch of New Jersey. Hey, man, thank you. And I'm curious what New Jersey's beers he sent me.
Oops. Got rid of the sliders. Yep, almost. In a second.
You like this one?
Yeah, good.
Alright,
Hey, we're gonna talk about that. Hey, texture.
I'm going pretty low on this one.
Yeah, how
This-
low you wanna go, bro?
This seems like a Belgian double.
A little bit.
This
I
it's very phenolic. I get lots of clove and smoke,
I don't
Band-Aid.
get smoke on Band-Aid.
It's,
I mean,
it's lacking that chocolate.
it's supposed to have chocolate.
Well, I mean, when you think porter, you think like at first. I mean,
It's
just
Roggenbier,
looking
my
at
guy.
it.
We're on Roggenbier.
No.
This is meant to be Roggenbier.
Oh shit.
So
I was doing this as pre-prohibition porter.
No, so it's supposed to taste that phenolic and Belgian-y.
All right. Well, then I gotta start over from
Oh, yeah.
scratch.
It's basically a rye beer.
All right. Well, then that would explain the phenolic.
Yeah, basically a more distinctive variant of Dunkel's Spice beer with malted rye instead of wheat.
All right. I gotta start over.
I will let you go over again.
Yeah. Give me 5-10 minutes here.
But yeah, the texture one was the big one for me. Like,
That,
well,
I don't know what to expect, cause it's different, you know?
yeah,
So it's a
Noticeable.
Dunkelweiss made with rye instead of wheat.
so they use German wheat yeast.
Well, I mean, okay. So everything I was getting spicy.
The pepper.
Yeah. I mean, but it does say spicy clove. Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
getting that.
Yeah, it's all that, yeah.
All right. Well, I just gotta change my scores then.
It's just thick.
It is.
Yeah.
It's,
It's like syrup, I was thinking this could have been medicine, you know?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It looked like cough syrup in the bottle
Yeah,
or in the.
I don't think I've ever, I mean,
wait for it.
it's so thick. It's, for a beer of what ABV, like probably around 5-6%, 6%.
I thought it was higher than that, just like on that.
I don't know the time, but it's just so good. Yeah, you're right. It's like syrupy. I said almost slimy. Like it's
Not
no. Beer shouldn't have a. There's certain like. Have you had like a pastry stout or something that's really rich, like over 10%? Like there's beers that are like thick and
Yeah,
chew like, but they're almost like wine alcohol. Like they're huge.
yeah.
For a tiny beer like this, or not tiny, but your regular ABV beer shouldn't be like that.
When I was applying it, it was really.
Yeah, it's and even in black, and at the end of it, I'm like trying to choke it down. I'm like, oh, like it's very like, yeah, you're right, like syrupy. Like, it's got this like texture to it that's yeah. Or almost like a good example is when you make like sauces and you add cornstarch, like what
Yes.
what takeout Chinese does.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you get that like syrupy like.
yeah.
Yeah, like a sesame chicken or something like that. Like has that thick sauce. Like it's almost like that. It's got that thickness to it. It's like very. Then cornstarch. Yeah, cornstarch is very good. I mean, you could. I mean, it's edible. Is the salt matters, but
Yeah.
it has that kind of texture that's almost like it seems like they thickened it extra somehow.
Yeah.
I think that could be just the rye. Like rye could just be that gummy and
It is that thick, yeah.
thick. Like it's. Yeah, I mean,
We'll see with the next
yeah, you
one.
can imagine trying to drink like oatmeal water, just thick, right? It's got that. Like it's jalopy. So I guess if you translate that into
Yeah. Let's see what the next one, the next one's the same thing.
yeah, let's try
right?
to let's open this out as jalopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I find it a little bit awkward, but I don't know. It tastes fine, but it's just interesting.
All right. Changing my score.
It's like flat food or something.
It's thicker than that. I almost feel it like no.
still undercarbonated.
Yes, I'll take that.
Actually, it's
For sure, way under carb, yeah. But I can't imagine the carb doing anything, or it would help against healthy distillation.
Haven't checked the watery rocks in a long time. Do you get a little grainy astringency
From roast, or something, I assume it's from roast.
from roast?
I assume it's from roast?
I think it's more like from grain, like the grain, like if it's over milled.
Over milk, yeah, possibly.
Usually I get the roasty astringency on like stouts and.
Yeah, it's possible.
Alright, I'm bumming my score up. This is actually,
You picked that.
it's good, but it's not great.
You didn't judge as a porter, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to 31.
Let me see here. What am I at? I'm at 35.
That's close enough for it.
Okay, I just gotta rewrite my notes for the comments. Whoops. But it is, I mean, I did get the clove, pepper, smoke, medicinal.
What are you doing? What's up?
That's Logan.
Come inside, come outside.
Yeah, he looks, there's a white cat, a female cat that wanders the neighborhood at night. If he sees her, he runs.
Are they neutered?
Yeah. I will say the rye is difficult to distinguish from the phenolics.
A little bit, I can see what you're saying.
It's very peppery,
Yes.
slightly medicinal, borderline smoky. CO2 far too low. What else? What are you hitting it for?
That texture, this is the thickest under 10% beer I've ever had.
So did you go like full mouthfeel? Full body?
Yeah, I went.
But like medium full.
I went full.
I think it's quite.
You could just see it.
Right? I mean, I just had Founders KBS the other day. Like that's full body.
See, I would argue. I would definitely argue this is thicker than that beer. Because for that beer, there's a coffee and the chocolate. Like there's balance to the fullness. Here it's like thick. Like you can't get past how slimy the beer is. It's chewy. Like it's. I mean, you could see it. It perceivably, like, it just moves like beer should move in a glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it.
Rye's really hard to work with.
Yeah.
You gotta be like a real good brewer.
I'm just moving the last bits of it in my cup. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird. I've never seen a beer do that. But
I'm gonna knock this down. I'm gonna go 13 on flavor.
Hey bud, what are you doing?
I only give it a 2 on appearance because like it had like no foam. Flavor 13, mouthfeel.
No.
Alright, I'm down to 33. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Oh, not bad. Thank you. Thanks. Not bad.
You're going 31. Alright, I'll give it a 32. Only one more. 10, 14.
Yeah, I feel like we had some hiccups and stuff.
This could almost pass as a Belgian double though. Especially now, like drink it when it's real warm. It's almost like a Christmas beer. It's very
those
smoky.
Those beers are so attenuated. That this is so. I mean, I don't know if
Under attenuated.
you know what? It could be not. Again, I was not right. It could be not even an issue of attenuation. It could just be rye is a gummy ass. Like, it just might have just so much protein and dextrins and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the comparable thing is like try to like if you filtered out the oatmeal out of a bowl of oatmeal and that last stuff is gummy just like that.
Yeah.
Like that last like when you finish a bowl of oatmeal, that water that's left, that's like
Yeah.
It's thick, just like that stuff. And
Yeah.
I think rye does the same, right?
You should watch, if you watch some of my old videos with Henry back in 2009, 10, whenever we did oatmeal style or something like that, yeah, he always described it as a gummy texture to oatmeal. 1014, please.
I usually taste oatmeal versus the texture, but yeah, I see what you mean.
I can actually taste that. I can taste the oatmeal.
Yeah, I taste the oatmeal.
I love Sam Smith's oatmeal stout.
The one I like is again I can't handle the Sam Smith profile. We get Anderson now. They send a bunch down here. So the barn and flats.
I do like those, like that roasty, you know, it's like that overt, in your face roast you tend to get from oatmeal stouts.
Yeah.
Alright, we're on 1014.
That's a high fill. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, that's high.
That's a high fill.
Brown bottle, silver cap. Haven't any gushers, huh?
No. Hey man, I don't think, have we had a beer under 30?
Yeah, a couple. We're in the
Yeah.
20s.
Oh, really?
And like that second Lichtenhainer.
Oh yeah, that beer sucked. Okay,
Yeah.
that was the worst one by far. That beer was not good.
No.
Yeah, that beer sucked.
Low power mode.
That dog one. That was good. Yeah, that was easily the worst one we had. That's pretty good though. That's the worst one we had. It paused. It stopped. Oh, there you go. You're back.
Same style.
There
right?
we go.
See, look at that. Look at
Completely
that.
different.
Yeah. Rye
course.
beers you tend to get foam.
That's the first time we've had a head look like that.
Wow.
Incredible.
Nice.
Is it treat time? It's after 11.
Yeah, you can give them.
Okay.
If you want. Cat candy? Cat
Wow, they love talking.
candy? Cat candy? Your cat doesn't talk?
No, he does one of those, but not like as many. Like
Yeah.
he'll make a phrase, not a sentence like these.
Do you let him outside or is he indoor cat?
No, he's an indoor cat.
Okay, then
Yeah, we don't have space for that.
this says cloudy, hazy appearance, yeah.
Yeah, it's cloudy, huh?
It's one of the few styles that it's allowed to be. Now, would you call that moosey or poofy for the head composition? The way it looked.
Is it creamy?
I know, I need some like visual aids on here.
So creamy. Okay, so creamy is like nitro, right? Moosey. Moosey's like Belgian. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. So like, I guess this is poofy or tiny bubbles. And this is certainly tiny bubbles. You can tell by looking at it.
It's the tiny bubbles. Okay. A little bit cleaner than the last one.
Gotta reset my nose here. Has that coffee helped at all?
I'm using it.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty happy. Just
Take a whiff of your Taco Bell bag. That'll do just as good.
yeah, I can see how it's gonna be similar.
Thurn and Taxis Roggen. Must be a German.
Yeah, it's German.
I've never.
Like the Thuringia, the moon boxes.
You know what's funny? Red Hook gave me a Roggenbier they did at their brewery tap room like 12 years ago, back when I lived in Albany.
Mm-hmm.
One of the brewers came to my house. He gave me all these tap room only samples. One of them was a Roggenbier. That's something I've been doing for the last year. Is well, actually the last 6 months is whatever the anniversary date is of old beer review of mine. Is I edit it down to a short and post it on YouTube and Instagram. They get pretty good views sometimes.
That's great.
Any comments? Nope. Oh, I haven't used that in a long time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Almost done. You see the comments on this one? Rye is a huskless grain is difficult to mash, often resulting in a gummy mash texture
Yep.
that is prone to sticking.
Yep.
They used a gummy word.
Yep.
Rye has been characterized as having the most assertive flavor of all cereal grains. It is appropriate to add caraway seeds. Spicy. What are you saying about? I could kind of go either way on this one. What'd you get?
I got the 35.
I don't know what I gave it. I got 33. It seemed very phenolic to me. Like big pepper. It's hard to tell that. It's hard to differentiate the yeast phenolics from the actual rye. Like to me, like a good rye beer will have like rye bread flavor. And to me, this is like a Weizenbach or like a Belgian quad type of just punch you in the face spicy phenolics, you know?
Yeah.
Although there is like a lovely raisin cherry fruity flavor.
Yep.
Are you getting that?
Yep. For me, the biggest thing was the mouthfeel. It went the opposite of the last one.
I thought it was on point.
For me, the attenuation is too high. If they're trying to compare this to typical Weiss beer, it just doesn't have the, like, if you could call something in between the last beer we had and this beer, it would be great, but this is too Belgian.
Yeah.
The German beers don't have a mouthfeel like this, right? This is specifically in the Belgian strain of like,
Yeah.
this is so attenuated, it's so dry. Like right? It's like extremely carbonated and dry, right? So not only I think is carbonation like pushing that mouthfeel, but it's a very dry beer. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
It's so clean and double. Like you call double the last one, this one tastes like a double.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it has that super high effervescence.
effervescent, but also the dryness. Because not only how this Weiss beer has the carbonation, but doesn't have dryness like Belgian beers. It almost tastes like this beer was candy sugared, right? That it's like so attenuated and so dry, right? That makes sense to you? Like I would submit this to double, and I wouldn't blink an eye at it.
Yeah, it's funny. You
That makes
mentioned
sense? Like,
candy
I wouldn't-
sugar because I'm almost getting like dates and raisins or something.
I put it down. The flavor: dates, raisins.
Which I don't think are.
red apple.
And this, and
banana.
the specs are saying it's more, it says like pumpernickel bread and,
Yeah.
I mean, it does make a point of saying
They submitted a Belgian double to
banana
Roggenbiers.
and
They're trying to mess
clove,
with us, man.
Weizen yeast, yeah.
They're trying to mess with, because those are very close flavors, by the way. Weiss beer and Belgian beers.
Low to moderate spice. Well, this is saying low to moderate. Well, that's hops can persist. The hops to be are super low in this one. It's just all phenols. It's all yeast.
I bet they brewed a Belgian double if they could sneak into Roggenbier.
I don't know. I don't know why somebody would do that.
That's a double if I've ever tasted it.
I also get a little vegetal character on there, a little cabbage or green beans or something.
Maybe.
You get that?
No, I did not get that.
It's definitely phenolic.
Yeah.
So that's also under flaws. There's no slider for phenolic, like it's smoky, spicy, medicinal.
Yeah, what did they mean with flaws on the last tab? There is.
Yeah, between overall.
Oh, but under flaws you can do smoky, spicy, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
vegetable, all that stuff. You can do whatever you want, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down a little. I'm down to 33.
Sure.
You're
It
35.
tastes good, but man, does that not taste like a? Is that the most double tasting double I've ever had? Or whatever you want to call it. Tastes like double.
I said probably fermented a little too warm. What did you get for mouthfeel? Because I thought it was pretty much on point. Because it says medium to medium full body, which I would say it is high carbonation. Yeah, mildly creamy. Yeah, it's a little creamy.
I say lacking creaminess.
I did say it's a little astringent though.
I say it's way too dry. This is a very dry, clean beer, or like Belgian dryness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how dry those beers are because like they use all that candy sugar. And
Mhm.
whatever. I think it's just overly attenuated. I think it's a little too lean and lacking in creaminess.
Yeah, I think you fermented a little too warm. But you're still sticking with 35? I'm surprised.
I mean, yeah. You want me to drop it down or drop it down? But
No, you're fine. I'm just gonna give it a 34.
sure, sounds good. I mean, yeah, I don't think we're supposed to match on scores. I was hoping we were in the same ballpark. It's like whatever.
All right, now we do our medal round.
Oh yeah.
It's nice because it automatically ranks them for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Leichtenhainer that we gave a 41 to, that's gold for me.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So you do this part, right?
Well, we still have to. If you want to come over here, you can see all the scores. So it goes 41, 39, 37,
Yeah.
36.
Last one's 24.
The lowest we gave was a 24.
Cool.
We gave 2 beers in the 20s. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, 2 beers in the 20s, everything in 30s.
I thought that the first Prohibition Porter, that one was really good. And then one of those, the lagers, we gave a 37. That was really good. Whoops. All right. You want to call it a night? I'm pretty exhausted.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming over.
All right, thank you.
Do you want to come back tomorrow and we can do the smoke beers? I think there's, actually I can tell you how many of them are on there.
Let me think. 'Cause tomorrow.
There's only 4.
I'll find out.
Cherrywood, Beechwood, Cherrywood, Baltic Porter with smoked malts. This is interesting.
Tomorrow night, but I'll let you know.
You want to see what these are? So a blonde ale with cherrywood, American stout with beechwood. It just says porter, cherrywood, Baltic porter, smoked malts.
Sounds fun.
Yeah,
I like
we can
some
do that
smoked beers,
tomorrow
too.
night.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah.
What do you think of that last one, Chris?
Better than the first one. It's good, I like it.
Very Belgian.
You taking off too? You okay to drive? What have you been doing with those empty bottles?
They're on the top shelf. In there. So I don't know what you want to do with them.
We can dump them all. I was just,
Okay.
I'm
I
glad
was
you
just keeping them separate from the.
thanks.
I got a couple beers if you want to review them for your show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of basic bitch stuff.
You're trying to get rid of some beer? Yeah, I'll take some beer. I'll take whatever you want on your review.
But Daytona Dirty Blonde from Persimmon.
You know what?
That's the
I'll review that. I'll review
We can
that.
do a head-to-head. That's what we did.
Interesting.
Dude, I bought us, when Lake Yola opened up, I bought us, two. They were like basically giveaway beer. They were selling like a case for like $24. Like I think a case, literally a case for $24. So I bought like a mixed six or something, mixed like case. That's some of the worst beers I've had down here. Like